The earth is burning, but I have clothes to fold. Perhaps if my to-do list weren't so long, I'd be more bold. My hands are tied, my brain is fried, I just can't find the time to worry about the hell outside. I'm concerned with me and mine. The earth is burning, but who will clean the kitchen? There's muck and mire in the streets, but I'll make these dishes glisten. Wipe away, scrub every stain, ignore the mounting pain. Order the world inside my walls while the other sits in disarray. The earth is burning, but I'm late for work, and traffic is the worst. I don't know why I'm rushing. It's not like they pay me for what I'm worth. We need that report at 5 o'clock, even if the world ends at 6. I'd be higher up the ladder if I didn't get so caught up in the politics. The earth is burning, but my show comes on tonight. Dang, can I enjoy myself? See, I can't do nothing right. I stand and speak, it's not enough. I give my money, but it ain't much. I try to take a breath and rest. Okay, that's enough. It's time to protest. Paint a picket sign, write it through the tears. Use your blood for ink, cry and scream and shout, all for it to fall on deaf ears. Close my eyes and try to dream, but can't help but hear. The bombs outside are deafening and they sound like they're almost here. I lie awake thinking, what are they doing while I'm sleeping? How are they cutting at my feet? These days the sun comes up and feels like a defeat. Read the news, but not too much. Stay soft, don't get too rough. Love your neighbor, don't mind if they hate you. Carry a gun even though you're afraid to. Smile at your babies and say it's fine. Pour another glass of wine. What's wrong, honey? You look stressed. Oh, you know, not feeling the best. Oh my God, is something wrong? Never mind. It's your favorite song. Dance, distract, deny the decay. It's all a game. Why not play? It's not that deep, sis. It ain't happening to you. So shut the windows, lock the door. That smell of smoke, oh, just ignore. You've still got a few minutes more before the flames reach your floor. You swore it didn't matter when their skin was charred and backs were bent. It was fine when their houses burned down, 'cause you weren't around. So go ahead, sit back and snore. You know exactly what you're in for. Breathe in deep, ashes to ashes, time for war. What would be if we paid attention before? The earth is burning, but what's for dinner? Shouldn't it be special since it's our last one together? Light a candle, it will set the mood. Why not dance if we're all doomed? Don't worry, baby, that's just the bass you feel. The boom, the bam, the ah, the ooh. Me and you. Here come the fireworks. Right on cue.
No, I can't laugh yet. I've got to hold it in. I never thought it would be this hard to keep myself from laughing out loud.
Let me be clear that I would not want to do adversity with anybody else but my Black people, because we are literally making discrimination and exclusion look so good that the motherfuckers that are benefiting from it want to join our HBCU. Do you, have we quite put that into perspective? We are literally making this shit look so appealing that the people that are benefiting from the discrimination against us are crying because they want to be included in it. They don't realize why we're having to do this. This has not dawned on them yet. We're just making something look fun. That's what bothers me. I don't think it has really registered why we're doing this. It's just something that looks fun to them right now. Like, oh my gosh, a school on TikTok. I want to join. Do you even know why we're doing this? I've always known who the fuck we were. But if this doesn't put it into perspective for you and change how you view us moving forward, like, I don't know what else it will take. Black people, understand that we are the most innovative, creative, thoughtful, sometimes way too inclusive, but it's because we have compassion. Like, we are the shit. We are the trendsetters of any culture. Like, we start everything, often imitated but never duplicated. Never. Nobody could ever touch what we bring to the table. Like, so many people can try, but they will never even get close, because it's what's in us, not what's on us. If you think you can copy something that the visible eye can see, then you have it all wrong, because it's what's inside that makes us who we are. I love us so fucking much, bro. I wouldn't want to do this shit with anybody else. They saying they may end up sending ICE to send us off too, but just let me know what country y'all are going to so we can all end up in the same place. I'd be more than happy to get out this motherfucker.
Black women are the most educated in this country, hands down. To the extent that a Black woman got on this app talking to her 35 students about her introduction to African American studies. And Black women all across this app was like, oh, okay. And where's the syllabus? And what else do I need to do? I mean, we unilaterally all accepted the fact that we are currently enrolled in spring 2025 African American studies. We ain't asked no questions. We just started taking notes. And then other Black women were like, that's a good idea. I'm also going to start teaching a class. There's like 35 professors right now teaching class on TikTok University. When I tell you I love us for real, Black women, I love you down. Now, this weekend, I will be giving my review on everything I listed from the study guide, since we don't have Blackboard and we still got to post our discussions. We get A's over here. Now, if you need the study guide, I made a playlist to keep up with everything. It's called African American Studies. We gonna learn you something today.
Just in case you ain't paying attention, civil rights now is seen as being DEI. Critical race theory is now seen as being DEI. Black history and Black studies is now seen being DEI. So the whole time you trying to say we tired of woke culture and DEI didn't earn it, blah, 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 they are literally discursively accounting for everything they don't like and saying it's DEI. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Black Studies program, Black student associations predate the concept of DEI by decades, but they're literally taking funding away from Black history programs, taking funding away from Black student associations, all in the name of criminalizing DEI. It reminds me a lot about how CRT, the folks didn't know what it was, it became a blanket statement for saying, I don't like that because it was racist, it was Black folks. You know what I'm saying? Now, DEI has become a signifier of being like, oh, you said something about race, make you feel uncomfortable? DEI, you know what I'm saying? Then they say didn't earn it. Then they start giving a whole bunch of jobs, positions to people that have no expertise or experience. Think about it. Linda McMahon, the wife of Vince McMahon, the CEO of WWF, the wrestlers, you see what I'm saying? She a millionaire, been rich her whole life. What looked like her running the damn Department of Education? But DEI didn't earn it. People getting charity cases only because they Black. You got that because you're a billionaire. A white billionaire.
So if you haven't heard, America's on a red flag warning for a genocide in other countries. Other countries are literally protesting for us right now. And we're not seeing any of this. Like, the censorship is crazy. There's people in Germany talking about this is how the Holocaust started. I mean, the way our government is not saying anything about this, but I mean, why would they? You guys need to be concerned. Fuck getting scared. Get pissed off. This shit is real.
You know, folks, November 6th, 2024, that was the time to march. That was the time to march, folks. If you wanted to stop all this, you could have done it on November 6th, 2024. Get in line, stay in line, but now instead you can't. You can't get in line, can you? No, you can't. No, because now I've pardoned all the January 6 people, so you're afraid to be in the streets? You're afraid to be in the streets? A lot of people said I'm pardoning. They said, sir, you're pardoning super villains. I said, actually, these are my super fans. I call them superheroes. You know, me and the 6 billionaires, we were sitting around together. Oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that January 6th, November 6th, 6 billionaires, 666? That's interesting. That's interesting. I hope nobody notices I didn't put my hand on the Bible. And when I took my oath of office, I didn't put my hand on anything. Held my hand down to the side. It's almost as if I'm afraid to hold the Bible, to touch the Bible. It's almost as if I use the word of the Lord against itself, and then I attack bishops for telling them to have mercy. You know, folks, I'm not saying that I am the Antichrist, but I am saying that if there's a guy named Jesus around, I want him removed by the state.
We have some extremely scary news. The Ku Klux Klan is now distributing flyers in Kentucky telling immigrants to, quote, leave now. The documents also include a phone number and invitation to join the Ku Klux Klan. According to reports, these have been distributed following Donald Trump's swearing in on Monday. Before I continue, if you don't yet follow me on my Instagram, YouTube, or Substack, that's where I'll be if TikTok is ever banned or if I can't get into this platform for whatever reason. The police department in Ludlow, Kentucky is actively investigating this incident, saying, quote, we are aware and have already taken one report for this disturbing and disgusting propaganda that is being passed around our community. This hateful garbage has been turning up in other cities as well. These flyers were found in cities in the northern part of Kentucky, like Fort Wright and Ludlow. Now, the phone number on the flyer is allegedly no longer in service after this is being called out. But we're now seeing what this anti-immigrant rhetoric does. It literally enables groups like this to fear and place fear in our communities. And it's something that we must call out every single day. As always, compile your thoughts, spread the word, and follow along for all the news you need to know about.
He tucked his thumb. That was the dead giveaway. There's no way you're going to say that's a Roman salute when he tucked his fucking thumb. See, a lot of people don't realize that Nazis had a deliberate way of saluting. It wasn't just sticking their arm out. They would also tuck their thumb and then yell Sig and Heil. Someone who has, like, studied World War II down to a T, I mean, I watch this documentary on Netflix probably every other week because I want to know what caused it, to see if America is going in a similar direction, and in fact, we are. And if you go watch that documentary on Netflix, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, and for the ode to the Roman salute that everyone's saying this is what he was imitating and doing, there was no such thing as a Roman salute. There is no solidified historical proof that Roman saluting ever existed, let alone what it looked like. One of the biggest misunderstandings about the Roman salute is that it's connected to ancient Rome. Contrary to popular belief, there is no concrete evidence that ancient Romans used the gesture as a form of salute. Historical records, artwork, and literature from the Roman era make no mention of a standardized salute resembling the modern depiction. Yeah, in 1923, around there, it was adopted by an Italian fascist who we all know by the last name of Mussolini. And after that, it was adopted by the Nazis to be used as, you know, a symbol of fascism, which we know. I hear that he's autistic, but see, the thing about autistic people is they are very, very smart. They don't make errors like that, and it's more or less errors in judgment. And that was not a judgment call. That was purely Elon Musk showing his right hand what the left was doing.
Now, I want you all to put all the pieces together, because what this effectively means is that every social media platform, mass social media platform in the United States has been taken over by the right wing, with the exception of Blue Sky, but Blue Sky is still very small, relatively. So when I say put the pieces together, Elon Musk took over Twitter, and there's open reporting. It's pretty obvious as well that they have manipulated the algorithms. They've artificially manipulated the algorithms to boost right-wing content on X and to amplify harassment. Then you have Meta. So you have Mark Zuckerberg, and I know we're on Instagram right now, saying that they're basically also bending the knee to Trump with their changes to fact-checking, regardless on how effective that was in the first place. It's an open signal. And now TikTok is now saying, hey, we are agreeing, we will use our push notification system for all 170 million American users to promote Donald Trump. Just understand that government announcements like this with companies, they never name politicians. They will usually name law or policy. TikTok is making an explicit agreement to do this. And if I were a betting person, they probably are making a deal with Donald Trump to not just use these push notifications. They probably would consider algorithmic changes, which is ironic because the time when people voted for the TikTok ban, there was a lot, it was in the environment, was because there was a lot of pro-Palestinian content. And that argument was being used as being somehow anti-American, which, you know, human rights, I guess supporting human rights is somehow bad.
So women of childbearing age, parents who have daughters who may become mothers one day, this is for you. So Donald Trump just revoked the Equal Opportunity Commission. This is an act that was passed in 1965, and this is the one that says an employer cannot discriminate in the workplace against women, gender, race, ethnicity, age, all those things. It's gone. What this means is if somebody doesn't hire you because you are black or because you're a woman, if a company doesn't promote you or give you raises because you're not a white man, and specifically, if you're a woman who is working and you become pregnant, all those protections are now gone. All those protections are gone. There's no enforcement body that somebody can turn to file a complaint against their employer. And if I'm not mistaken, as I'm reading it, it also makes it difficult for an employee or former employee, say a pregnant woman who loses her job during the 6 weeks or 2 weeks maternity leave. It's difficult to get an attorney and sue because you lose legal standing now that this has been revoked. So yeah, there's a lot of Republican women bearing children out there, and I just want to let you know that. So, by the way, if Democrats win the House back in 2026, it makes it very hard for Donald Trump to pass any laws for the rest of his presidency. Just remember that, midterms.
So I'll preface by saying that I'm not American, I'm Canadian, but I live in America, I own property in America, and I pay American taxes. And I read the new administration's new tax plan, and it looks like I get a tax cut. And I guess I just wanted to say that I don't need a tax cut. I'm happy to pay taxes. I believe I should pay taxes, and I actually believe that people like me should probably pay more tax. I've been very fortunate and am very privileged, and I'm happy to pay my fair share. And I guess it's just a little confusing to me because in this tax plan, 95% of Americans, basically Americans that make less than $360,000 a year, will not get tax cuts. They will have their taxes go up, which means their cost of living will go up and their income will go down. And that's really shitty. And I'm just so confused because you have so much of the American population who voted for a president that so clearly does not act in their best interest. And, instead of attacking the root causes of whatever is contributing to this massive wealth disparity, is instead, distracting the public with issues and really throwing, scapegoating women, people of color, and queer people and trans people. And I think it's clear to me what's really happening, which is that capitalism is running rampant, and there's massive deregulation that's really allowing for the creation of these multi-billionaires who have at this point amassed so much wealth that they can buy media companies and very easily influence, politics and policy and, change the course of elections. And I guess it's all just a little bit scary to me in a very roundabout way of saying that I don't need tax cuts. And I guess just making a verbal promise to myself that any money that I save from these tax cuts in this administration, I will be donating instead. But yeah, hope everyone's doing okay. That's it.
Well, now I know why I haven't seen the Black History Month display at my local Target. It was announced today that Target will be rolling back their DEI initiatives, the latest company to do so ever since the new administration has taken office. Now, according to CNBC, they sent a memo to employees stating that they're ending their 3-year DEI goals, stopping reports to external groups like the Human Rights Campaign's Corporate Equality Index, and end their program focused on carrying more products from Black or minority-owned businesses. This is a direct quote from the retailer. Many years of data, insights, listening, and learning have been shaping this next chapter in our strategy. And as a retailer that serves millions of consumers every day, we understand the importance of staying in step with the evolving external landscape now and in the future. AKA, white is right. I'm sorry, I'm not going to ignore the complete obvious. The amount of stuff Target has done that involves us Black people in recent years, it's like, does that all stop now? Does that mean y'all not gonna sponsor Essence Fest? And not just for Black people. There were so many initiatives for different minority groups and just, oh my God. I know billion-dollar companies do not care about us, but my God, this one hurt. Y'all know I love Target.
They're taking away DEI. They're taking away DEI. Child, let me tell you something. We got so many Black-owned brands. So many Black-owned brands. It's ridiculous. You better buy Black. But what about the customer service? Black brand prices are just so high. I have worked for a few consumer product companies, okay? One time, I went to an industry event and I had the opportunity to meet with the marketing team of a very popular Black brand, not Black owned. I was excited, very excited. I get to meet the people behind this brand that's been a staple in so many Black households, right? So imagine my surprise when Jake and Justin, fresh out of college and fresh from the frat house, walk in the door. Is it India? Oh, it's India, just like the country. Ha 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 ha. We all had a great laugh at that, right? Black owned. Tea Capri, probably one of the smoothest tequilas I've ever had, period. Black woman owned, by the way. Anyways, I say, okay, let me see. Let me not judge a book by its cover. I'm genuinely interested in learning about this brand and how they market it, what they think, what they do. They proceed to tell me, well, you know, we just take a product from one of our more well-known brands, not developed for us, by the way, and we strip it down of all of its active ingredients that make it expensive, and we pretty much use the base of it because the consumer who buys this not really concerned with like the product, they're more concerned with the price. You could literally put anything in the bottle and they'll buy it as long as it's the right price. So we use like, you know, the cheaper like plastic containers for it because they don't care. DEI, honey, buy the Black owned brand. Buy the brand that's like, we thought of you when we made this product. We care about you. This message is exclusively for the 92. Remain the most educated and the most valuable employees even still. And rest, this is not your fight. We're not the major benefactors of DEI anyways. So let the major benefactors of DEI fight for DEI. Cheers.
All right, I have two very important announcements, so please watch this whole video and share the video with as many of us as humanly possible so that we can get this information out there. The Buy Black list has been updated. I've added more categories. I've been working all weekend on this. Whew. But anyway, now we have the following categories added to the Buy Black list, and these are all Black-owned businesses: baby clothes and accessories, banking, bookstores, coffee shops, clothing brands, grocery stores / farmers markets, restaurants, healthcare, law firms, real estate, skincare, and toys. We have quite a few more categories to add to this list, but I encourage you to check it out at blackrevolutionarycollective.com and then click on the Buy Black list. Now, in regards to the Buy Black list, I need to get a few things straight. First of all, the Buy Black list is free to use and access. It will always be free to use and access because I'm really about this life. A lot of people are confused about what it really means to be a community organizer. So I want to explain it. I am here to be of service to my community. That's the job. I am not charging any black business to be on the Buy Black list. It is free. When you want to see a change in your community, this is how you do it. And if you're not about this life, do not sign up to be a member of the Black Revolutionary Collective. Which leads me to my next point. The Black Revolutionary Collective, unless you are just completely not listening or paying attention, is a black organization, okay? Black to me includes Black Americans, Africans, Afro-Latinos, Jamaican people, blacks in the UK, black people globally. This is an organization to build a safe space for black people. And if you think we don't deserve a safe space, let me just mention to you a few names. Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and the list goes on and on and on. Don't talk to me about being inclusive. We have huge targets on our backs. We have real difficult issues to conquer in our communities, and we need to save ourselves. And the only way we're going to do that is to unite. Our unity is what's going to save us. I make no apologies for putting black people first. If you don't want to put black people first, this is not the organization for you. If you are looking to make money out of this, this is not the organization for you. We are here to do the hard work. This is now a global organization. That's how many black people stepped up, showed up, and said, I want to meet in person with like-minded individuals. Invites for meetings are being issued as we speak. There is a vetting process, which most of you know, to ensure that we're creating safe spaces for black people to come together and strategize on how to fix our own communities. Also, when you're really about this life, and I'm going to keep saying that because I really think too many people are confused about what it means to be a community organizer. Being a community organizer is about being of service to your people. That's what the job is. It is not about clout chasing. It is not about getting money from people for no reason. When you raise money, it's supposed to be 100% transparent. You're supposed to list out everything you plan to use the money for. And the money that is donated to your cause, 100% of it is supposed to go back to the community through your programming. That's how this really works. This is not an organization for scammers and clout chasers. Every program we build through the Black Revolutionary Collective will be free. It will always be free for the people. That's what we're here for. And in order for it to be free, we'll raise money. People can just give what they can give, and we use that money to do good in our communities, to rebuild our communities. That's how this is going to work. Right now, we have an issue within the organization. Is so many people that want to be a part of the in-person meetings that we're having trouble finding a big enough space to hold our meetings across the United States and globally. I want to say thank you to all of the Black-owned businesses that reached out, offering their business as a space for us to have meetings. And I thought that that would be great and that would work. But at this point, we need larger spaces to meet. And in order to facilitate that, we're probably going to have to rent space for a lot of these meetings. So we need to raise money for that. So I started a GoFundMe for the Black Revolutionary Collective. The link is in the bio. Check it out. I have listed every single thing that we will be using the money for. 100% of the money donated to the Black Revolutionary Collective will be used for the Black community, period. If you want to be an ally, instead of wearing a blue bracelet, you can help fund the changes that we're working on seeing in our communities. That's how you can be an ally. I'm telling you how you can be an ally to Black people. But if you also want to be invited to the cookout, that's not this. Thank you for for sharing my videos and getting the word out about the Buy Black list. And just so you know, the Buy Black list is just one of many initiatives that I plan on producing through the Black Revolutionary Collective. We are really going to see the change that we want to see in our communities. We will not be stopped, and we will do this by any means necessary. And yes, I do know what that sounds like. Knowledge is power. Power to the people.
Don Julio and Popeyes are about to do a collaboration. This man and this man came together and decided that at the end of January, and we know what happens in February, they wanted to do a collaboration. Am I overthinking it? Like, am I becoming the friend that's too woke to have fun? Because a part of me wants to flip every table serving that they clone Tyrone chicken.
Don Julio and Popeyes have announced a collab set to launch on January 3rd. We need to bring this to the attention of Marco.
The Don Julio and Popeyes chicken collaboration is a government psyop backed by the CIA meant to persecute the black community and distract the greater public at large. Popeyes chicken itself is a branch of the CIA. Every time a national catastrophe occurs or an unsavory conspiracy theory is proven true, here comes Popeyes with a new chicken sandwich. An uneasy regime change? New chicken sandwich. Too many kids go missing at once and it reaches the public consciousness? New limited edition Popeyes chicken sandwiches drop. The head chairman of the CIA is shaking with rage due to the fact that Whippets didn't completely eradicate the black community. Due to the fact that only the weakest and the most hardcore of us fell into Whippets, he is seething. You combine that with the fires destroying California, the astronauts still stuck in space, the class consciousness that's been going around a little too frequently on this app, they decided to craft the perfect distraction for everyone. Don Julio and Popeye's chicken for the blacks, and Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively drama for the whites. Remain vigilant, remain conscious. Thank you for watching.
It may be wise to post and go, because a constant feed of negativity because of who's in office is not going to be good only for your mental health, but for your nervous system, for your overall well-being. It may be wise that if you have something to say, to post and go. I think this was divine for me because this is my main phone. This is my old phone, and TikTok is not on this phone. So I don't even be on this like that. And I'm telling you, you keep you in a low vibrational state of fear because you feel defenseless, and that's the whole play. The play is to make you feel powerless, powerless, and having and like you have no choice or control. You need to be creating a plan of offense while being ready for defense. Like, you need to be ready to defend yourself and defend your mind and defend those people that you love. But living in a constant state of fear and anxiety, it doesn't benefit you, but it does benefit the people that are in power. They maintain power through fear. Now, if you are on here exclusively to do the knowledge on Hillman Talk, have at it. Shout out to black women for saving the day once again.
To racist people out there, be more committed. You have to be a committed racist. You can't just like hate Mexicans and still love Mexican food. No, stop eating it. You're racist. Come on, be a better racist. Hate Mexican food too. And don't try to cut corners and take off the pico de gallo and assume I should be fine without the pico. That's a little bit less Mexican. No, that's still very Mexican. Go eat McDonald's or Denny's. You know, that's going to show us.
This message is for black people. I know we said we're minding our business this whole presidential election, and we still need to stand on that. But we need to be mindful of how we mind our business. This is not a time for us to tap out or be scared. He's not the first president that did not like us. They're not the first administration. None of them did. But they gave us the cheat code. They let us know ahead of time. So we need to operate as such. This is the time to lock in. Spend money at black-owned businesses. The black dollar is the best way for us to make effective change. Support other Black people. Be in community with Black people. Start your own business. If you know that a business is going under and they're not going to provide federal funding to small Black-owned businesses anymore, support your local Black-owned businesses. Matter of fact, support your favorite content creators. All you got to do is go watch whatever platforms they're on and support Black content creators. And for white folks who want to be allies, this is your time to tap into. You can also support Black-owned businesses. Spend your money in the Black community. That is how you help Black people. It's not a time for us to worry. No president ever really liked us.
Every time they see us doing something that makes us like happy, like they have to do it too, because they don't know what true happiness is. Because we always look like we just having a good time. I feel like Black people always look like we just having a good time. And they don't understand. They're like, damn, how are y'all always having a good time? Like, y'all supposed to be down. Like, the way we be treating y'all. Like, no, we be finding the funny and everything. We be making up new stuff. We be joking around. Our style is mad good. Like, everything's just good. They don't like that. They want that for themselves. That's why they copy us. Regina George wore army pants and flip-flops. So I wear army pants and flip-flops. Remember that.
Dance has been what saved me as a young child, growing up in the Jim Crow South in Houston, Texas, where everything was segregated. You know, I grew up with white-only bathrooms and couldn't go to the movie theaters downtown or the restaurants. But it also was a tight Black community because we had to have our own. So we had our own restaurants, communities, grocery stores, schools, and everything was separate. And I don't know, it was the arts. My mother, Vivian Ayers, as you know, is a poet and was a concert pianist, and Dorothy Dandridge, good looks and could make the best fried apple pie. She gave that to us. Yes. She gave us the art. She made us know that this was a whole nother world of being. Dance is a healing art. And we have nurtured better women and their children, cancer patients, elders, and our children every day, because after COVID, we never had so much teen suicide. We never had so much depression. And the dance would lift them up. So when the fires happened, we planned this fabulous gala with Misty Copeland and Shaka Khan and Arturo Sandoval. And so we said, I said, we can't just have fundraiser for ourselves. We have to do something. So I created a program I call Dancing in the Light. And I have the greatest choreographers on the planet joining me to teach for free.
A lot more is happening in the world than the inauguration of someone who represents fascism in this country and the world. And if we look back at struggles for justice and equality, we find that there aren't often propitious moments for those struggles. We've always confronted waves of conservatism. And while we cannot create the conditions for the struggles in which we engage, we can bring our determination. We can bring our vision for a better future. It was Dr. King who said that, that we cannot capitulate to finite disappointments. And what we do is we confront those finite disappointments with infinite hope.
abundance is real, the abundance is free. Money flow and they grow, I'm just under the tree. Hottest under the sun, I'm 103. I get it done, give you something to see. You can come where I'm from if you want to release. You should jump when it's bump if you want to increase. Spirit numbers, they be coming in threes. Three. Young Mellow will if you want, I can show you. I'm showing love and I don't even know you. I went from local to postal to global. From I don't know you to bro, you to go-to. Yeah. It hit different when you see the difference. I do business, I distance from bickering. If you missing, then you wasn't meant for this. If you mention this, then don't forget the gift. This a hit for hit, this ain't a hit or miss. If you listen, then this finna get you rich. You the money, the bag, you the benefits.